What did I just do there? Okay, so apparently if I'm by tilting the microphone upwards it works. What? Let me try that. Yep, so down here. No. Nope, I just gave it a good old whack and apparently it did the thing. The abuse of technology, it is indeed a lost art. Anywho, welcome back to MyStreet 5 years later. It still seems that we have a buffering video after all this time, and Oh, hang on. I think that might have worked. Jeez, you try like microphone attempt like number a billion and suddenly it does something. Right. Let me just check. Can people hear me now? You think. What do you mean you think? You either can hear me or you can't. It's not a think situation. I don't know what you're talking about there. Well, I can see microphone input happening, so I'm quietly confident. Hmm. Also just looking at the audio interface that I've got it plugged into now. Oh, okay, you can hear me talking to Josh. Okay, it's interesting. This microphone here that I've got right now has been collecting dust for some time because it was my old XLR microphone, the one I used to do a lot of my voice acting on actually. And now seeing it actually come up in mono form, I can understand why exactly my recording sounded weird occasionally, um, and also probably why it doesn't work on Restream. And actually, it's an interesting one because it came with the options of either using a user interface or a power supply. And the interface that I have, which I got with the microphone I got for my birthday, the one that I tested right now and didn't work, it actually, for some reason, doesn't actually have the cables that I need to put it in directly. So I guess this one needs power and I guess can have the echoes and things. So I guess for once I can actually, turn up my echo filter and everything. Do the classic intro of MyStreet 5 years later or something. I don't know. The last time I think I actually used this microphone was when I recorded the lines for puppetry. Yeah, it was that long ago. But yeah, it's good for when you're voice acting standing up and stuff. Oh, Jacob. No, what? Why I say Jacob? Because I saw Aiden say Jacob in a message. Okay, so actually that's working now. So let me just actually set my things on Discord now and actually get Aiden involved too. We can finally actually make a start to this. Wait a minute. Oh, hmm. I have a sneaking suspicion right now. Uh uh. Uh uh. Hmm. Yeah. I don't know if it's the case that. Oh wait, maybe. Uh uh. Uh uh. I think I'm coming through this microphone. Oh God, of course I'm not. It's not even this one. It's the stupid computer one. How can I have three microphones and they all fail all at once? I hate this. Hmm. Actually, question to all of you: did the echo work? Exactly. Yeah, that's the problem. So yeah, it's not registering. So let me try again. I realised what the problem was. One more test. I'm sorry to be annoying, but you know, this is something that I care about. I want to give you guys good mic quality, and also, again, as somebody, you know, who's in voice acting, having functional microphones is kind of important to me. So I need to make sure this all works. Minor old poke. Alright, I think I've finally managed to do it, which means it's time to bring in Aiden.
Hey.
Hi, hello.
Now there's kind of like static on your end, though.
How is it that I can... How is it that I can plug in a microphone and there's more static than when...
I mean, I hear your voice on the stream, but there's no static throughout the mic. Honestly, I think I need to mess with my mic settings just to eliminate all the static and stuff like that. Maybe lower my tolerance or something like that, so where it's not picking up as much of my clicking. I don't know.
Hold on. Well,
That's on my end. Later.
Is it on your end? Because I don't know. Chat, tell me is there static on your end too? I can see it going up and down on the actual capture.
We love stream difficulties.
Yeah, but the thing's especially annoying is the fact that out of 3 microphones that I all bought to reduce static, they just end up giving me more over time.
Yeah, it's like not a. It's a weird static. It's like it's like a small like buzzing that's happening under the stream.
Yeah, that's.
It's like.
Yeah,
I just hear.
I know what it sounds like, Aiden.
Also, I think you left a voice filter on because you sound kind of echoey.
Oh, that might be because I'm coming from 2 different places. Wait, let me just check. Nope. No, I don't think that's... Oh, no, it is. I am coming from 2 different places.
Maybe one of them's where all the stack's coming from as well.
No, it's both of them. I just closed one of them. Yeah.
Can you turn up your mic volume? Josh says he can barely hear you, and you are a bit quiet on the stream.
Yeah, no, this one actually, I now remember, it always ended up being like this for some reason. And again, if my actual, if the interface all worked, I could actually tune myself up like I do with the other one.
Hmm.
For some reason, even that when I connect it doesn't actually give off any signal from itself to the computer. It's interesting. This is the stuff that DJ Cyrus actually recommended that I actually get for myself, and it's not, you know.
Well, I think you have to play around settings, but the main problem is you're playing around with settings on stream, so then it comes with problems.
It would come with problems regardless of when I did it.
Yeah, true. I need to play with my mic settings again to reduce my stack on my end. That's for later.
Like, it's telling me advanced audio properties and everything, but one of the advanced audio properties, like, it's normally, like on Roostium, it allows for noise suppression, but so I can actually like not have that be an issue. But this time, no. Alright, I give up. I'll send you the watch together.
Yeah. Ooh, we're starting with the drama, Matt. He's a key.
I tell you what, I will turn you down, so then people could just put their volumes up and then solve the issue.
Yeah. I'm rather loud on the stream, so yeah.
Okay, well there you go. I gave you minus 10 decibels. That should do something.
Hopefully, I'm not too quiet now. It's just like can't hear me anymore. It's like,
yeah,
oh, well, I guess Aiden's not here during the stream.
Yeah, again, the idea is that everyone else puts their volumes up, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right, now to see if my other issue actually gets resolved, and I have the, Nope. My phone still is blanked out, because I think OBS is using, like, all of the... Nope, it's now coming back again. Because before it was using, like, all of the internet connections, so I couldn't even see the chat. Okay, I can see the chat now. Fine. We'll go from here. We just resize this. We're doing Emerald Secret. I'm just gonna pretend this last hour never actually happened. And, yeah.
Last hour? Wait, it's been an hour?
I don't know. I don't care anymore. Let's go. Grand old visual storytelling, actually.
Yes.
Cafe Studios and their details, which reminds me of my details. I completely forgot all this time just to get the popcorn and milk, so I'm going to leave this running. You pause it if you want to say something.
Okay. Ooh, getting a good old flashback.
I'm sorry, I kept it longer than I should have.
Cute moment.
It's not the only thing kept longer than you should have. Hey!
Huh?
I want you to take it to college. You've given me something to remember you. I don't want you to forget me.
I could never forget you.
That's what you think.
Dramatic irony. We love dramatic irony. May I say, I love the HD bandana look. Like, the HD bandana looks amazing. Like, I'm so glad instead of using regular Minecraft, they actually made it HD and drew it. Because it looks so pretty. Jacob's not here to comment, but yeah. Or is he?
How are your wounds? Are you okay?
I'm fine, Garth. I just needed to make sure I was patched up before we set out.
And Aaron's dead.
Here for me?
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, not.
Wait, when someone says I'm fine. No, you're not.
Yeah, this should
You're
be like
dying.
this should be the poster scene for that because it's the ultimate example. Just bleeding
Aaron's out
internally.
here dying, and he's like, "Nope, I'm fine. Everything's all right. I'm fine right now." It's like, "No, you're not. You're
I tell you what,
extremely injured."
I tell you what, between this and the Monty Python Black Knight scene, those are the two examples I think of when "'Tis but a scratch. Your arm's chopped off. No, it isn't." Anyway.
How are you even?
Well, you see, it's called the power of a deity. The power of the deity.
Again,
did to
literal
you.
Deus Ex
That
Machina.
wasn't Ath. She would never do that.
Aaron.
Athma was the first friend I ever had. She was the first person to speak to me more than I ever will be. She saved me back then from feeling forgotten. Won't rest until everyone's safe.
You have my strength. Now, what's the plan?
You have my strength, my bow, and my axe.
Well, you actually have his forever potion strength, but yeah.
Well, so he's right. He has his strength. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, exactly.
Super strength.
Aaron,
Even though I don't know if Half-Mal planned it.
Aaron, you have my strength and my dashing good looks.
That would be stated if she was trying to play comedically.
Plan.
Our main problem is Lucinda.
That's right. Lucinda. There's no way we can get to Ian with her under his control.
We need to find a way to break the potion on Lucinda. As long as she's under his control, we can't get close to any of them.
Right. So we need to...
Wait,
That's-
wait a minute. Was that a planning scene in Athmau?
Yes.
Without them spending a whole episode on them
Yes, it
talking about the
was.
plan?
Yes, it was. It was a thing where they got to the point.
Like, I mean, look, I make fun of Reborn Part 1. There are good moments in there, but there's so much fluff that they spent like 30 minutes on that episode when it could have been boiled down to maybe a 10 to 15 minute long episode of them establishing a plan and having the beginning of the fight happen. You know, like, honestly, it was so long and laborious that it really needed, like, again, good moments. Like, I like the moment where everyone stands up for Aaron. I like H and R standing down. I like all that. But there's so much banter between everyone that I just feel that episode really was a major letdown.
Yeah,
its length.
not to mention how the whole thing was like in a sense of urgency. It was like, oh, listen to me, we need to go now. 8 minutes later, we need to go now. Remember?
Yeah, remember, it's been too long. Literally, we're gonna crash into the sea soon.
Yeah, no. How far up actually were they? Like, and also, what speed were they falling at? Because that was like nothing.
They were falling apparently very slow for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, oh god, that episode.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, also, we got a question in chat. Jacob, are you gonna voice Julius? I assume that you've seen Walking Wednesday, because I know that you two were talking about that before. And I know that's probably where it came up as in conversation. So I'll answer your question with another question. If I was planning to voice Julius, why would I consider opening up an audition for him? Anyway.
Yeah.
It's coming from this way.
Do. I like this background music.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, okay.
What's going on? Kim?
Everyone's just pushed around now.
Now, answer me. Where is he?
Where is who?
Zane! Bring her Zane!
No!
That's impossible.
I thought she was going to sound like she was being choked or something, like or something.
Maybe that's. I think she's just levitating her.
Oh,
I don't know if
okay.
she's meant to be choking her. It
Okay.
depends.
I'm thinking Star Wars now because of all the force pushing that's going on.
Oh yeah, force choking and stuff. I think she's just holding her up in the air as a hostage.
I find your lack of Zane disturbing. And
Of
no,
course.
I didn't. And no, Josh, I didn't open up the audition yet. I said I was considering opening it up in the Walking Wednesday, which I'm going to presume that you watched because you had brought it up in chat before.
Yes.
Zane isn't even.
Oh.
You said that Zane was in danger?
Yes, now please leave Kim alone.
You will tell me where my love is.
Also,
So
side note, one thing I don't really get here is how come Ghost actually sounds like Kim using her voice? Like, is the main reason why Ghost sounded like Kim was I thought it was purely because
Yeah.
she's being possessed by Kim. So why does she sound like her when she's in her form like this? I mean, that's kind of a problem in the previous episodes. I personally would have got a different VA for actual Ghost in her ghost form.
Yep, I would too.
You
In
know,
fact,
I mean,
that's
okay.
exactly what they did with Michael and Travis. Actually, you know, when the whole
Yeah.
Michael Travis thing happens, it's actual Pat doing the smooth
Yeah.
Travis from there. But then afterwards, we get the classic performance from James Brown Jr. Anyway.
Yeah, but like one thing, and plus we know that she eventually does get her own VA, like Ghost herself, when we actually have Emlyn be voicing her,
Of
because
course.
Emlyn's VA. But you know, honestly, again, just they should have casted a different VA for Ghost when she's in this form, and then when she's possessing Kim, have Kim use her voice, and then when they're inside the body, use a different use the actual voice actor. I guess it would have been more complicated on the production end side, but at the same time,
Not
it
hugely.
would have been better.
Yeah.
It would have been better. It would have been more complicated, but it still would have been better than
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Help me!
Zane isn't with us! I don't know what you are, but I do not have time to deal with you!
Where is my Zane? I don't sense him in my house.
A terrible man used a potion on Zane that makes him his slave. Forever.
No way!
Forever?
Unless we can find a way to reverse it.
He... This can't be. Don't you understand how much he means to me?
Yeah, but what I also understand is the fact that if it hadn't been for the fact that that she end up having this completely and utterly irrational attraction to Zane, none of the rest of the series would have happened.
Haha.
Wait. You said forever?
Oh yeah, that's why I say this series is more tightly plotted, because everyone in this season actually had a purpose to be in the season. And
Yeah.
each character had a role in the season, versus in previous MyStreet seasons where characters were just there and they didn't have a role in the season, you know,
That's
like each
probably
character...
That's probably why Lawrence isn't here, though.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Okay, in this case, it makes sense why Lawrence wasn't here. But then when we get to stuff like Starlight, which would have been the perfect inclusion for Lawrence. You know, because like Starlight, you could have gave an excuse like, oh yeah, Lawrence knows, or oh yeah, Lawrence got close with Half Mal, or during Half Mal's year, and that's why, or I don't know, maybe Garth invited Lawrence, and Lawrence got invited. Maybe that would have made the whole Kawaii-chan thing even more confusing, but I don't know. I could think of ways around it. I mean, personally speaking, like I could think of actual ways to include him without it feeling forced. Like obviously you couldn't include him during season 6 because how that season was purely set up by season 5 and them being trapped at Starlight.
Well, if he had been in season 5, he could have also been in season 6.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just one of those annoyances and stuff. And plus, unlike season 6, characters don't get dropped to the wayside purely because the plot can't really use them at the moment. Or, like, there's no point of them being in a plot. Because, like, with this season, like, characters can't just be dropped.
You know something?
Like, but with season 5, since everyone was trapped there, characters like Kai weren't even involved even though they were there. Like, no, a lot of characters are there. Even the parents. Like, Sylvana disappeared for several episodes on end because she didn't have much of a purpose to be in the story.
Hang on, you say
besides
you say
those
that,
few
you
instances.
Say that characters can't be dropped. They're dropped in this season. Tell me, where's Leah Shan't? I'm kidding.
Leah, I mean, well, he's a side character. Like, I mean, actual main characters getting focus and stuff. Like, a lot of the characters in season 6 weren't that were there just because they were trapped on Starlight, not because they had a purpose in the story. You know, and they had good moments, but they didn't have much of a story purpose. A bunch of them, you know, like obviously we had our main characters.
Because like the circumstance themselves formed the story for them. Like everyone had a contribution to make. Actually,
I just kind of wish, you know, some more characters in season 6 were found better ways. Like because, like for example, Eric only had one line.
Oh, no,
Eric had one line and one appearance. So yeah, like he's a character who got dropped because like. Dropped pretty much for that season. Besides that one line, it's like, it was during. I think it was during like episode 2 where like the purple-eyed Toby was like interrogating.
Honestly, I could have thought of like a way for like Eric and Sylvana to have a bit of an argument about like whether or not to pursue getting Aphmau off the island and stuff. So yeah. But then again, maybe that would have deprived me of my poetic justice moment in the season 6. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Obviously, that's it. That's for a year's time.
You must forever potion.
Oh.
There have been people who visited this lodge.
Also, side note, they're not actually called forever potions. Like in this series, they just call them forever potions. But Lieutenant even said, "Oh, they actually have a name." So we never actually find out what that lore name is, like what's their official name and like what people would call them.
I guess the forever potion thing is more like the colloquial term, I suppose.
I guess, but I just feel like that was at least initially set up like something they were calling them, like oh yeah, potions that last forever potions, rather than some magical name. Like even when we get to like Derek stuff in season 5. And like you know stuff like that, like they're still labeled forever potions. Yeah, they're still labeled forever potions, even though I think there would have been the perfect opportunity to give them a name. Like I don't know, think of something magical, like the Latin name for forever.
Which
and,
is
you know,
you're the one who studied Latin. Don't ask me.
Well, it's been a while, and it's not like I know every word.
Okay, fine.
Listen, I'm not. Unlike you, I'm not fluent in another language.
Okay, I understand that, but yeah, I'm not fluent in French either, but I still pick up a couple of things a couple of times. Anyway.
The Emerald Mountain to make potions.
Help us, please! We're trying to get our friends back!
Please! Anything to help my baby brother Zane! Our friends!
If you can save my Zane.
It's gone.
Kim? What happened?
That ghost! It just wants Zane! All it cares about is Zane!
Yeah, thank you, Kim. We noticed that. Oh, also, Josh says, Aiden, guess what? You can't call My Season 1 a bunch of filler anymore because it's not. Apparently, it is now magically no longer filler.
How was it not a bunch of filler? I mean, a lot of the storylines in there were filler. And a lot of stuff in there was filler. I mean, there was a few core storylines, like Kawaii-chan's everlasting attraction to Reese.
There was the May Cafe thing, which came back later. There was obviously
Yeah,
there's
well,
obviously
Maid
Zane's
Cafe was
alternate
more or less
abilities.
setting up a plot point. That was like a one-episode plot point that was alluded to potentially continuing, but we never really got that follow-up on that during that season.
Well, no, but we got it later on. That's what I mean. It was actually relevant to later. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I mean, there was the whole Zane redemption arc,
Of course.
the whole Armau storyline, and then, like, we had, like, some arcs in there, like the whole Caitlyn Play arc, but besides that, we didn't really get like, a lot of the, like, episodes, like, that focused on other characters are basically amount to filler. Like, even during,
See, I
like,
wonder about
even
that.
during season 3 and stuff, like, season 1 had tons of filler in it.
Yeah, see, I wonder about that because actually now I've come to a realization. A lot of the complaints about MyStreet's filler actually came from when after season 4 was a thing. So everyone's like, oh yeah, oh yeah, like there's so many things in the past that don't like serve the purpose going forward in season 4. Season 4 is not the epicenter of MyStreet. That's
Well,
the thing.
yeah, but a lot of the stuff in season 1 don't serve the grander narrative or don't come back in any way.
Yes,
the
but
Maid Cafe came back.
You could also say the other way around that season 4 bears little relevance to the earlier My Street actually, and therefore which one's more of a disparity? Is it do they account for the earlier stuff or for later? It's with people's personal preferences. That's why there's such like a weird gravitation to
Yeah, but I
My
don't know.
Street
I just found season 1 to be so boring since a lot of the characters introduced didn't have arcs at all or anything like that. Like, okay, so like a Fallen Angel season 1, despite having a large cast, a lot of them either had a minor storyline or a major storyline that got resolved throughout that season. But like with season 1 of My Street, that isn't the case. A lot of characters were introduced purely to have characters, or purely to be a reference to another roleplay series.
Yeah,
A lot of the
I still don't find
characters
that to
don't
be
have a
problem.
point.
I still don't feel that to be a problem because it still makes the world feel grand. It feels like there's other people around actually, and yes, there's different in character hierarchy in terms of which ones are the main ones, which are the supporting ones, and that actually makes it feel like the world is much more lived in. I mean, here obviously they get more focus on everyone because we're in a secluded location, away from the rest of the world, and it feels different as a result of that. But yeah, other times it depends on like which thing you want actually. And yes, one thing doesn't serve the other, and they both have
Yeah,
a bit of
but I
contrast,
just find
which,
it to be a missed opportunity introducing a character and then not having them go through an arc or have them even help someone's arc. Like side characters can help an arc or help overarching narrative. Like Constable Crane in season 2 helped the overall narrative about Reyna being missing and the whole Felix stuff. He enhanced that narrative. But most of the characters introduced were just there to be random background characters, which even introducing random background characters can somehow enhance a character trait, a character arc, or something about the character.
I'm not sure necessarily that most of them had that issue. A few of them certainly, Marsh
Like
McCloud.
all the Pirate Cove ones, like all the pirate ones.
I just said Marsh McCloud, Crystal.
Yeah.
Those ones definitely they never came back. But other people like Reese, also from the same place as Marsh.
Yeah, but Reese had a purpose for a storyline.
Well, yeah,
Others
most of the
didn't.
characters have purposes. I don't. There's like those four didn't. I don't know if there's any other ones necessarily that didn't actually like help somebody along their arc, if not have their own.
I mean, I guess, but even giving an episode self-contained story arcs, like the whole Emmeline Kiss arc with Kemmer, is still a better use of those characters than not having them do anything. Because it kind of just felt like a reference, like, haha, that's the thing. Like, yes, we acknowledge that that thing exists, but it's not like it enhances anything. It's just acknowledging a thing. Like, unlike something in the Mutant Girl or something like that, where something is referenced, it's just like, oh, here's a blank reference, but you move on quickly and get it quickly, and it's all about the story or whatever's happening in that moment with the characters, not the fact that, that haha, there was a reference,
Yeah, I think that might be also why I don't do too many callbacks actually. When I reject callbacks, I was like, we don't need this.
I mean, callbacks could work, but again, callbacks happen and then you move on rather than introducing a character purely to become a callback. Or purely to be a callback. and not serve the grander narrative or something like that. Again, season 1 had pretty much, it was lacking in grander narrative, besides the Armagh thing, which I thought the Armagh thing was handled terribly in that season due to the fact that Aaron's large absence from the season, which made Armagh way less compelling because,
Isn't that the same
when
issue
I
in
have a
Minecraft
romance,
Diaries,
I like
though?
to see them interact.
Isn't that the same issue in Minecraft Diaries, though?
Oh no, yeah, no, I had that problem with Minecraft Diaries. That are like the Armagh romantic arc kind of just came out of nowhere. It's like, oh yeah, now we're doing Armagh. It's like, what? When? Huh? How? Why is this now a thing?
You know
I
something
thought
else?
the whole narrative about Minecraft Diaries. Well, I mean, actually, early MyStreet has the same problems I have with Diaries. A lot of characters don't serve grander narratives. Characters come and go. The main reason why I think that works better with Diaries is the fact that one, it's an arc-based show because like there are batches of episodes with arcs, with an arc format.
Diaries has 100 episodes as well, so it has more time to dedicate to them.
Yeah, exactly. Versus MyStreet, which has 30 episodes, was just like, we're here, we're not here. Just like, I don't care.
Again, I don't think that's as huge an issue as you're making it out to be, but it definitely is present on occasion. I do wonder actually if when Aaron actually we discovered, oh yeah, he was Alina's father in Minecraft Diaries and everything, and people were throwing their insults at Aphmau and the whole Garmel Larmau thing. I wonder if the fan base hadn't been so hyped up for those other two ships, and if they actually were a bit more eloquent and much less emotional about their reaction. I wonder if Aphmau could have actually responded better to the criticism that she got from that and learned from it for MyStreet.
Oh no, she totally could have. Like, again, I feel like Aphmau's fan base, again at that point, and still now, isn't very critical of what her writing or narratives or anything like that, so they tend to just accept what happens and only react when it affects what they wanted to happen.
Which is why we're here. Like, that's one of the reasons that when I started doing Aphmau reactions in 2018, I think, I actually wanted to give that as a contrast. I noticed in the Aphmau reactions that I was watching, Moon T and Kovus especially, there were other people as well, but those two mainly, that they were mostly singing her praises, which is fine to do, but when something is off, let's bring it to the forefront. That's the thing. That's why I like to be balanced in these things. Of course, poke fun for the cameras because you've got to play it up a little bit. But definitely, it all comes from a place of love ultimately, so why the heck not? And then it led me down this path of these streams. I guess that comes full circle then. Before we move on, actually,
Castiel returns in later episodes of season 2, yes, because he has technically I think he has canonically either 4 appearances in the whole season. He's not the biggest character, but he does,
Yeah.
Not really. And also Josh says Aaron appeared a lot in episodes. Not really, no. I mean, he was talked about a lot, but he didn't appear a lot, and when he made appearances, those appearances made little impact. And it was just like, oh yeah, Aaron's there. Anyways. Especially during, the decorating contest, for example. Aaron won! Wow! Okay.
Oh, you're talking about... okay, yeah.
It's just in season 1, Aaron wasn't a non-presence. Aaron felt like just that mysterious trope and nothing more than that mysterious trope, and that's the problem.
So I don't know about that one actually, because from when I studied Journey's End in English class, actually one of the things that we talked about was a dramatic device where actually sometimes in lots of plays actually there was a thing for years, especially dating back to Shakespeare, that you would build up a character verbally or singing their praises and their actions, and then afterwards when people already have an idea, suddenly they have this preconceived notion coming in.
That's one thing, but when they get that preconceived notion and Aphmau does nothing with that preconceived notion, it becomes utterly pointless.
It's interesting you say that because
you mentioned how Aaron doesn't appear for the first 9 episodes, Josh, and yes, I'm pretty sure, yeah, he doesn't, and that's something that Aphmau directly rectified, because if you're gonna make a character a vocal point of a season, making them not appear for several episodes is kind of weird.
Well, actually, I will say like one actual criticism that I get from people now. Actually, remember Fuzzy Snowy Cloud?
No.
Oh, she was Alyssa's best friend. We met them around the same time for Stromanov, and then Stromanov got cancelled. Yeah, so one thing that she actually said, and one thing that I've heard echoed a few times actually, is that another criticism that the fan base did actually have of MyStreet was how eventually it became so Aphmau and Aaron centric. So maybe that was like an overcompensation for Aaron's lack of appearance, actually. Now that I think about it.
I guess, but they're also meant to be the main characters, or at least Aaron's meant to become the new male lead by the point in the series. So making it them centric is an important move. Because, like, okay, so for me personally, I feel like Adam wasn't as centralized as I would have liked in Season 1. Because Season 1 had a lot of dealing with the rest of the cast and setting everything up, and it wasn't as focused purely on Adam as I would have liked more Adam stuff. And Adam, I wish developed more as a character during Season 1, and we focused more on that aspect of him, besides him having a one-episode arc, and then him basically helping everyone else's arcs and setting up scenario and stuff like that. So, like, that's personally something I would have did, like, which I actually corrected with Season 2 by having Adam have his own arc and having him go through what he does and do what he does during Season 2. Because Adam felt more present. Season 1 Adam, I thought, could have been more present, you know, like, but I feel like, I don't know, because, like, I didn't really think Aphmau and Aaron took over the narrative too much.
Honestly, me neither. I'm just saying the fan base thought so. I think Fuzzy was looking at it through the lens of the shipping community in particular. And I admit, yes, it would be nice to have had other ships get attention as well, you know.
Oh, no, yeah. Travelin was a victim of it.
Yes, and arguably Zane-chan as well for some time. But still, like, it's like, as a focus, like, outside of that aspect of the series, which of course does not encompass the whole thing, then I think it's fine.
Yeah, but, you know, just general development for all characters is important, but especially your main characters should be extremely developed. Like, I mean, side characters and, like, lesser characters are good to develop, but not as much as, like, your main characters. Like, if they're not developed, then you've done a disservice to your character, or main characters, if you don't try to develop them more and more.
Yeah. But yeah.
And
Josh, I'm just gonna read out that one that says, just because Aaron never appeared until episode 9, season 1, doesn't mean he was pointless. We don't say he's pointless.
And no, he's not saying it's pointless.
It could have possibly been used more. Although I honestly, I think the way that they actually dealt with, like, his mentions and stuff, and, like, the idea of, like, something going on in the background, like, just teasing the audience that there was, like, a little bit something else going on.
Yeah, but, like, if you want me to ship characters, or be like, man, I want these characters in a relationship, you can't talk about how close they are and stuff, because then that peters on tell, don't show. Because we didn't get to see enough of them just casually hanging out and stuff like that. Yes, it's like, oh yeah, Aphmau at Aaron's house, or, oh man, Aphmau and Aaron spent a lot of time together. Cool, but, like, it's like, but that's not telling me much. That's just saying that they spend time together, and I can't go, oh, they're so cute together because they spend time off screen.
You know something?
Oh, that's adorable. Like, what? Like,
Aiden,
who cares?
Yeah.
Like,
you know something? I think you might be onto something there, because I'm trying to remember, actually. I think when I watched season 1 after Phoenix Drop High, actually, I don't quite think that I actually shipped Aphmau and Aaron until sometime in Love Love Paradise, when I saw them actually together. Like, as a couple.
I mean, I honestly started shipping them during PDH. Like, I never legitimately shipped them in season 1. Like, that's something that never happened during season 1. Like, I never watched season 1 originally and went, oh, they'd be cute together. Like, it's not we didn't get Aaron development till the very end of the season, and that's the problem. Like, near the end stretch, we didn't get real development of the romantic relationship, or halfway through, we really start getting a little bit more development. It's just like, It's still not as compelling as seeing them hanging out and stuff or spending time.
I didn't really ship them. Like I watched PDH first, as I've mentioned before. So I didn't ship them in PDH really either. But that was mostly because I was just because of the interactions with Aphmau and Aaron. I was like, wow, this guy sucks. Like leave Aphmau alone, big meanie, that kind of thing. I was never. I didn't realize at the time that was like a major component of a lot of romances. And
yeah, haters to lovers.
yes, I had not grown to hate that trope yet either because I wasn't exposed to it. But you know, later on, every other iteration of that became infuriating to me, and they became the exception. So it worked out in the end. I will say that much.
And also, Key, as far as Key goes in Season 2, Key makes, I think, canonically 4 appearances, and her general arc is all about her hatred towards Zach, and finding out more about herself.
Yeah, Aiden,
that is general, like, she has a whole fleshed out arc and stuff.
Yeah, Aiden, since people can't see the chat messages appear on screen, I need to read them out first before,
Sorry.
Can help her.
Here.
Emeralds.
Thank you, Arrow.
They were left here years ago.
We would not have known what they were unless you pointed it out to us.
Yeah.
They sparkle with energy. I have no use for them. Just please, save Zane for me.
We can't! We have no idea how to reverse the effects of the potion!
Do you know someone who does?
No, we don't know anything about these potions. The only person who ever came close to knowing is Lucinda, but she'll never help us now.
Take me to her.
What?
I will help you. I have the ability to possess people.
You think?
I cannot leave this house on my own. However, if I had a host, then I could get to her. There, I could control her and help you get this Lucinda back.
Fine, I'll be your host as long as you can help us. I need to save them. I need to save Aphmau.
No,
To
Aaron.
be fair, like it does say, you know, they have the same motivation, saving their loved ones to an extent. Just one happens to be much more genuine than the other, but yeah.
Yeah.
Let me be your host.
Huh?
Kim?
If everyone truly is in danger like you're saying, then let me help.
Kim, you don't...
I'm used to her. I can act as her host.
No, you're not. You're not used to her. You barely even knew she was around for ages.
Please, help my friends.
Boy, I like that position, like that
She let me
POV
take
shot.
full control.
Gimme!
I'm sure you can help.
Yeah, I think this version of Ghost definitely has much more of trying to think of the right word to use here.
Seductive?
Yes, thank you. Seductive tone to her.
I
Oh, man,
wouldn't
she's
lie
very
when it comes
sultry.
to
Yeah, I was gonna go with sultry, but yeah, seductive works too.
Zane. Now, tell me what's the plan?
Oh, Josh asked, why are Castiel and Key getting sidelined? Because they're side characters.
They're not.
Lucinda's
Well, they're
more
not
powerful
necessarily
than
being
anyone else on
sidelined.
the
They're just not
Future.
main characters or plot relevant. They're not super plot relevant. The main villain and main arc of the season is all about Abraxas and his whole plan.
Yeah.
That's the whole point, and they don't really. I mean, they play into it, but they also are doing their own thing off screen during the season. But we still canonically get check-ins on them and development with them when we do cut to them.
Yeah. Everyone could have an important role to save the world. They need to like have different parts of their contribution to take down what Abraxas has done.
Yeah.
Troll. She's a witch. Magic.
Depends on her willpower. If she's a witch, I'm not sure exactly how this will play out. Then this could be much more difficult than I imagined, but I'm willing to try.
But where are we going to find Lucinda?
Leave that to me.
Fortunately for you, I fell on my back and I didn't break my nose.
What is he doing?
I'm not sure.
She's been here.
Aaron?
Yeah, she's been
Well,
here.
yeah.
you
You all
nicked
been
him.
here. Everyone has been here, your boy.
Wow.
I mean, he obviously means she's been here recently, But you know,
Also, when did Lucinda just like sneak past Kim and Ghost while they were here in the lodge? I mean, I know it's a big house, but you think that Ghost at least would have noticed something, be like, Zane? I don't know.
Follow me.
Here?
Lucinda's scent. It's faint, but it's here. It's behind this wall.
It's cemented shut. I could try to break through it, but...
Leave that to me.
using your bare hands to break it.
What the?
That was my doing. I didn't want you guys to...
That would be my doing.
Oh my gosh. That would be my doing. Listen,
Okay, I'm just gonna say
the
this
one
right now.
who-
That wasn't an intentional reference that I made with Felix. That wasn't, no.
take Zane away from me. But somehow he managed to escape.
Let's go.
There's a front door!
Also, you're asking can't Key just join their side like Castiel did? Well, remember, the Angel Society as a whole is doing things as well as the fugitive, you know, main cast and such. They have their own personal quests as well, but since Abraxas' target is essentially everyone, Key will have a part to play elsewhere, not just as the main cast. Or, like, you know, it's not just up to them. It's kind of like how in Avatar you have Team Avatar going about doing things, but, like, the rest of the world also gets involved in the war because they've been involved for 100 years.
Waste time already.
Ooh, we have dramatic music.
Why are you saying ahem, Josh? I answered your question.
Lucinda. Oh, what is she doing?
She's creating potions.
Really? I wouldn't have guessed that. Thank you, Ghost. Good grief. How did Garth, like, I know that he's got a boob mind, but, like, he's not got boob eyes.
More forever
Yes.
potions?
No, it looks like a whole slew of new potions. Various ones.
Well, I mean, yeah,
At
that
least
book
from what
assumably
I
has,
see.
like, dark magic and, like, all kinds of potions in it, so, you know.
Yeah. Also, Josh asks, why is Abraxas targeting everyone for? I mean, what is he targeting them for? Well, because...
His plan is to end death, and everyone deals with death, therefore it deals with them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not like he has a vendetta against Adam, who, you know, didn't actually exist when he got sealed away.
What forever potions have a specific... An emerald for one potion, and those are so rare.
And we happen to have two of them.
I'm on it.
All right, just a dash of firefly dust and broken rat tails.
Oh. Why broken rat tails?
Rather.
You had such a great opportunity here to make a Shakespeare reference, so you didn't take it. Alright, just a bit of Eye of Newt and Toe of Frog, Wool of Bat and Tongue of Dog, but I don't know, I'd have done it. I'll admit it, I would have done it.
You will be so pleased with this potion.
Hiya!
Really?
What is...
What?
She's using her powers. She's using her powers on
You're
her.
mine!
No!
You didn't even have to do that last time, just sneak in behind her. Oh god, she's like a marionette now, my goodness.
Oh, no, you don't! I won't stand for this!
I like these off-kilter like angles they did.
Yeah.
For when they're like Lucinda speaking, she's like mind controlled and like fighting and just like I
That's
like
actually,
it.
yeah, they do that with Kim and Ghost later on as well. That's actually a very old cinematic technique. In fact, actually, I mean, it's obviously older than the Lord of the Rings movies, because those are only like 20 years old. But But like the biggest example I can think of actually is when Gollum and Smeagol having a conversation with each other. They do the exact same thing. They have like 2 different cameras and they cut between them with different perspectives. He turns around to speak to himself. I guess another example, like of a similar era, would I guess be there's like the mirror effect they did with Willem Dafoe when he was playing Norman Osborn. You know, did you really? Think
Also, Josh says, and he thinks targeting everyone. No, he's not directly targeting them. He has a goal, but everyone's getting in his way, and so he has to stop who's getting in his way. Josh.
Yeah, it's got. I mean, yeah, it's got split focus. You know.
Yeah, I mean, he has like a whole army, so you know he's kind of dealing with a lot as is.
Yeah, he has a whole army, but he is also against a whole army. Arguably 2 if you count Adam and the gang as a separate one.
Yeah.
Can't hold her. Hold her. What do we do? The ingredients. I can see them. Go.
Yeah, it was broken rat tail and firefly dust.
No, I think she means in her mind.
Yeah. Also, so like the ingredients, I can see them go. Then they left, and she didn't tell them what to look for.
Still stand. Mermaid tears, mandrake roots, cheese.
Cheese? Seriously?
I won't let you take breath.
Levi drank for a funny line in the middle of a dramatic episode. You know what? Go for it. And yes, Levi drank to cheese. You're welcome.
Others work.
Just give it to him!
Beeswax, unicorn hair, and the emerald.
Don't mix it with your hand. What are you doing? That's probably boiling water. It's bubbling. You're gonna burn yourself. Okay, sure.
Let go of me! You can't stop, brother.
Sorry, Lucinda!
The drinks are on the house.
I love the particle effects here.
Yeah. I mean, they're clearly a superimposed visual on the screen and not in Minecraft itself,
Yeah.
but still.
Guys, you all saved me. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for what I did. Carl, Aaron, I used my spells on you.
Hold on, did she say Aaron? Are we 4 seasons in? She doesn't know to say Aaron's name. Hang on.
To do that to anyone, I am so sorry.
Lucinda, it wasn't your fault.
You couldn't control yourself.
I should have. Ian, he did this. I'll never forgive him for what he did.
Yeah, thank you. We got that far. This is like when... honestly, this is very Dragon Ball-esque, where they're like, Frieza, he's responsible for all this. Like, yeah, we know. Get on with it.
For what he made Alphamel go through.
I will say, I really like her voice acting here. It's like, I don't know, it's really good.
I was gonna say, jokes aside, Anna Reese does really sell this scene.
Yeah.
And it's the thing, like, I said this before, sometimes when you have dumb lines, you just have to sell them properly. And this one is definitely a prime example of that. Also, does Mrs. Dysart know how to fight? Asked Josh. Not really.
No, but she doesn't need to, because she's not a fighter.
Yeah, again, her role's more of a scholar. It's kind of like
She's like Luna fighting. Luna doesn't know how to fight, really. I mean, she could, I guess, grab a sword and try to stab things, but it's not like she can fight someone normally.
Yeah.
You know.
I do like it when action shows have characters that don't necessarily fight, but they're still integral to the cast. But yeah.
Yeah.
again, Dragon Ball's a good example of that. You know, you've got lots of people like that. Like
I mean, I
people
will say, I
support,
kind of wish
especially
Chi-Chi was actually made upgraded to a Z Warrior. That would have been so good.
Ah, I have a what if for that. You see.
I know, but like, I mean, I'm talking about an actual canon. You know, when I talk about these things, like, I actually want to see it in canon.
Yeah, honestly,
Like, that would have been such a easy thing for the creator to do. Or at least have them try to fight. I mean, that could have been a whole arc in itself. Like, maybe feeling weak, maybe feeling useless. So maybe deciding to train and become stronger and be able to stand up, and maybe ultimately involve having her like save Goku in a moment of desperation because of all her hard work would be a great catharsis for her character and really show how much she's stepping up. Maybe she wants to be stronger for all her children as well,
Oh
since
yeah,
they're all fighters
she
and
definitely
stuff.
want to protect Gohan. Like she
Yeah.
goes up to battle like every time just to make sure that he never got hurt.
Exactly, you know, like, it's just one of those things that could have been such a good storyline and such a good arc for a character to go through that didn't happen because, I don't know, the creator just didn't think of it at the time for some reason.
Yeah, actually, Toriyama has actually confessed that he doesn't actually either write like romances really well or female characters. Except for the fact that
What about Bulma? She's cool. I like Bulma. I like Bulma.
Honestly, Bulma has her annoying moments too. Actually,
Ow.
although a prime example of a character that actually is involved with the main cast but doesn't actually have to fight, so good on her for that. But yes, there's like beyond the original Dragon Ball series, like a couple of characters here and there, like like Bulma, Launch, for example, arguably Chi-Chi at one point when she was a child. Yeah, not really too many. But I remember watching the reason I did the What If Goku Married Sooner actually was because I watched a whole podcast about the women of Dragon Ball from Soviet Powerhouse. Anyway, the point is, as I remember, there's a quote actually that I think of from Hayao Miyazaki. I'm not sure if it's of the exact wording of it, but basically it talks about like how it's like how when you're writing for female characters, make them characters first and female second. Like that's why stuff for me like gender, race, or sexual orientation, all that stuff, it comes into the characters later, but that's only once I've actually defined who they are, what they are, like all that kind of stuff. So and that's why that's what I think makes them kind of more memorable is if they're a character first and then a woman, etc. next. So yeah, something I tried to actually live by, and honestly, I wish Toriyama had, because actually that would have helped us a lot, but there you go. Also, why does Zack have sideburns? Because it's better than a plaster on his face.
What he made you go through, Aaron.
Wait. You remember?
Yes, I do. I remember everything.
I mean, she wouldn't know Ian's name, she didn't remember anything, actually, so yeah. Why did someone just flush a toilet?
That's a sound effect.
I know that's a sound effect, but it sounds like a toilet flushing.
Wait, what's going on?
That means you're aware of what's going on. You went under the effects of the potion.
Yes.
Thank you, Aaron!
She knows, Aaron.
No, I think I think this whole scene is all about the realization that Aphmau knows what she did and felt it all. Like, that's the whole point of that line in this moment where they're taking in the fact that they actually know rather than being full on mind controls. They're like, oh, what happened? Did I do something bad? Like Green Goblin from No Way Home. So you saw that.
Yes.
That's not mind control, but like that's split personality. But
Yeah.
same.
Again,
but like the same
movie.
idea. Like he didn't know what he was doing versus saying like someone like Aphmau who knew exactly what she was doing even though she was doing stuff against her will.
Okay, you know what? That's fair enough. Josh also asked, why did Mrs. Dysar have different hair? Because
she restyled her hair. Again, that's something that Jacob personally should have did with the Moon Girl Season 2 Mrs. Dysart design, but she just never changed. And that's what was going to happen, like we talked about Season 2 Mrs. Dysart looking different, but like, that didn't happen when the episode came out, so it's just like, you know what? Season for Fallen Angel, I'm redesigning her to look a little different. That's why her hair is different.
Yeah. Either way, it works. I mean, people do.
She just restyled her outfit and her kimono. She's just wearing a different kimono now.
Yeah.
Time.
I'm lost.
Aaron, is the ultimate werewolf.
You're kidding me! That actually exists?
I shouldn't leave I drank to that line. That's amazing. That just sums up my thoughts entirely. It's like, you're kidding me. Aaron, come on.
It does. That bloodline, it's real. It's the origin of all werewolves today. The power to turn humans into werewolves. It's an Aaron.
Yeah, we saw last episode. We saw the
I
last
was
one.
informed it was you at the high school yet again, Aaron! Do you realize how close a call that was? The fact that someone almost made eye contact with your eyes like that.
Well, I mean, two people technically did, actually, if we're talking about that scene, but they're both werewolves, so it was fine.
You need to learn to control them, and that means controlling your emotions.
You've been telling me this my entire life!
Yeah, let him take up meditation or something. Take him to, like, put him in a martial arts.
No, don't you think of no abusing your child to get their anger all on you, and that's how you combat a curse.
Of course, yes.
Abusing your freaking child
Of
because
course, how to redirect anger. More anger!
give them anger and extreme issues because you know mental issues don't lead to pain and suffering because you know that's helpful. Huh?
Silly, crazy Derek. Emotions don't go if they're processed. They only go if you make them stronger. Much worse.
I won't stop until you realize what you could do to someone.
I won't stop abusing you
fighting.
till you understand.
Yeah, I know, until
Like-
until you understand what you can do. Like, he knows what he can do to someone. That's not.
Yeah. That's not the problem.
Also-
the problem is you. You're the problem.
In fact, actually, we get a later scene where he like comes in, voiced by Joseph as a child. It's like, am I a monster? Like, it sunk in pretty early. Like, honestly, kids can process a lot of stuff that early, and then it stays with them. Actually, like, I don't know if it's
Yeah.
because of long-term memory, but still, I came to grasp the concept of death when I was like 3 or 4, which led me to be extremely paranoid for quite some time. But anyway,
Fun times.
yeah. But okay, question from Josh. Will you change the other character's hair in for? Oh, sorry. First one, are you planning to keep the 4 season 2 designs for season 3? Aiden likes to change characters season by season, so most likely.
Yeah,
not.
no. I mean, you know, with each Gotham show, I like to change them each season. If sometimes I may change them in the middle of the season, depends. Like that's one thing I'm considering doing with Trevor, maybe around the mid-season thing,
Last
and
time
having
I
him
did
change
that, you
outfits.
complained.
No, that's because you changed more than the 4 outfits,
3.
which made it very painful. No, it was 4.
Oh well, one's a costume, but yeah.
No, it was actually 4 main outfits because one outfit slightly was different when she went to another yellow outfit.
Yes,
It
that
was a
makes
pain.
3 in total.
Basically,
The
it
main
made
one,
it made
the
it
second yellow.
painful when remaking each episode because I had to keep in mind what outfit she was wearing at the time versus changing an outfit maybe twice.
Yeah, honestly, the original reason I did that actually was because the first 3 episodes take place on the same day. So I thought, okay, well, it's a different day, so why not have a different outfit there, and then just drop the idea afterwards. But yeah, will it change the other character's hair in Fallen Angels? Again, most likely.
Already have. I mean, Trevor's hair changed from season 1 slightly.
I think he means to season
Alana's
3.
hair changed from season 1. Oh yeah, no, in season 3, yeah, their hair will change again. But like, even from season 1 to season 2, characters' hair always maybe gets modified a little bit. Except for Adam's, purely because modifying Adam's, like certain characters I do worry about modifying their hair too much and making them unrecognizable. Again, something I kind of worry about more, I know.
Honestly, you've actually got more of a reason not to worry about that. I won't worry about changing characters' hair because most of your characters are immortal beings.
Yeah, I know. I just like to do it as a fun design change, and it's
Yeah.
just it's
Yes.
just like giving them a new seasonal outfits.
Yeah,
It's just
so you
a fun design change that I do.
I'm just saying that if it doesn't happen, you don't have to worry about it. Basically.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Anyone, I never play. It's not. Those eyes, Aaron. You have no control over them, and at this rate, you never will.
Because you're abusing him. You're abusing him. Let's not sugarcoat it and say, "Oh, you're just trying." No, This is called child abuse. Because-
Emotional damage. Yeah, it's called that. Yeah.
Like, I mean, Derek gave Aaron more issues than anyone ever could.
Yeah.
From him doing anything bad to anyone by accident. Like,
Except
like
maybe
the only-
Michael. Maybe Michael capitalized
Okay.
on that, but yeah. Apart from
Michael
him.
capitalized on that. But maybe if Aaron was treated like a normal person, maybe he would have been a well-adjusted adult. Maybe he would have hid the fact that he was a werewolf. You know,
I mean,
maybe
he would have
he would have.
He probably hid it, but maybe like when people got close to him, he would have mentioned it.
Yeah,
Eventually.
maybe he would have been more honest about everything, and maybe, you know, I don't know. He probably would have handled things way better, and then half the series wouldn't happen because, you know, he would have been actually well-adjusted. But no, abusing a child for years, and then suddenly when they start having emotional problems? No way! Like, I'm not abusing him, I'm just controlling him for years, telling him he can't socialize, can't do anything. I'm just practically making him under house arrest constantly 24/7 because of what I fear, and I'm eventually gonna push my business on top of him and forcing him to be unhappy for the rest of his life. What do you mean I'm abusing him? That's not abuse, that's just being a parent, apparently. Like, Jesus Christ, what the hell?
The fact that that's what
Basically,
the fact that that's what Athmal views as parenting, especially sacrificial parenting, is concerning. That's probably the most concerning thing.
I feel like Athmal just had like mommy issues and daddy issues, and then like it just came out in writing unintentionally. It's like how in Fallen Angels everything gets really depressing purely because I'm really depressed. And it's just like, of course, you know, it's just like I'm just writing it in by accident. It's like, oh, wait a minute, I'm not. Oh, I am doing that. Oh yeah, it's still like one of those things. It's just like you don't realize you're doing it till you're writing, and it's like, oh. And then it's like, again, Derek did deserve eventually to die, but he's just so horrible. He's horrible.
Yeah.
Derek is actually horrible. Like, he's actually terrible.
I just love how the arguments always come back to whether characters should or shouldn't die. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, no, but like he.
I know.
Like, Aaron forgave him way too easily. I feel like a lot of the parent characters get forgiven way too easily for their horrible actions. At least with the first
again, that's
three.
what Athmal views parenting as for some reason.
Yeah, parenting is just making mistakes constantly and hurting your child in the process by accident. Like, what do you mean that's unhealthy? I have a healthy relationship with my mother and my father who left. Or did they just get divorced? I don't know.
Oh, you mean
like?
I thought. Are you talking about like Athmal in real life or Athmal in character?
Real life. Real life.
Oh yeah, real life. I think they actually did divorce. Cause I remember in her Draw My Life, she actually mentioned that she spent.
Yeah, but I don't know if she still had contact with father, or if that got written into through Zach. I think they don't. I think they lost contact and she wasn't around him.
Good question. I don't remember that part of the Draw My Life actually.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things where it's just you writing stuff and then like you don't acknowledge how messed up it is. It's kind of like some of the It's kind of like some of the anime tropes where it's just like where people go way too far of hitting on people, where they actually start putting their hands on them, but it's treated as comedic. It's kind of like that.
Yeah. See, well, that was that. We had that over here. Well, it's called 80s movies. But yes, other than that,
Or it's like the whole Caitlyn constantly hitting everyone and screaming and stuff like that. Is treated comedically.
This is why I have such an issue with a lot of the writers and ships in shows, and the ones that people like latch onto as fans, so they don't realize how. Even if they do realize how horrible it actually would be, I mean, it's still a fantasy, so it's not like it's like unhealthy.
It's not real, but at the same time, they don't ever treat it with severity that it would in real life.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you get so many people defending these kinds of things, and then suddenly it's like, oh yeah, but wait a minute, hold on a second.
And then you cut to real life, and it's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. That would be just positive.
This is what happens when you take fanfiction tropes, like, seriously. Like, I feel like Maya sometimes has that issue.
Yeah.
Or just like, oh, it's fine! Baku Deku is fine! It's just like, no! He would emotionally destroy him!
Ghosty actually says, I fall in that same rut, not the shipping one, the parents one. Normally I include no parent or a single parent home. Okay, fair enough, yeah. I mean, honestly, I can definitely say that there's like lots of aspects of obviously my life and my personal interest that permeate into the mutant girl. That's what gives it.
Oh no, yeah.
its
Again, that
identity,
happens
but-
definitely a lot with me.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know. It's weird because like normally in my stories I end up killing off a parent, even though in real life none of my parents are dead. So it's just like I don't know why. It's just one of those tropes I guess I like to put in my stories.
Well, yeah, because constantly, because characters are either relevant to you or they die. That's why.
No, but like it's also like because like I don't know why I just have a thing for death in my stories. It's just like you know what? Let's make it dramatic and kill someone.
I think I've actually kind of noticed something. I have a question for you later. It's too personal to ask on stream, so I'm gonna leave it right now. But
Probably yeah.
Okay, but I think I've actually kind of come to realize something about why it is like the whole like oh yeah relevant or dead thing comes from. But we'll see in a second. Also yeah, where's Pretty Plays? We don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, Ghosty says Ulrich has both his parents, but one is suspiciously absent. Suspiciously absent, much like but it's interesting. So Ulrich has the stoicism of Ulrich from Code Lyoko, then the intelligence of Jeremy, and the mummy issues from Aelita.
We love mommy issues. Fun times.
He's got to dress in all black like Yumi, and then I have his spiky hair like Odd, and then there's the complete package. Anyway.
Oh my gosh, she's the Lyoko warrior.
Yeah. Where's Monet? She was actually online before, but I reckon she's probably either resting right now or working. Probably doing a lesson plan or something.
Alright, let's keep watching.
Probably already forgotten about you.
They just saw each other. What do you mean she's probably forgotten about him?
Yeah. Or does he know that he just like didn't actually show up like either time and see her? It's like I better keep my distance. But to be honest, like the idea of keeping Aphmau safe, actually he is oddly enough following Derek's advice there and not actually going to see her directly, but you know, for different reasons.
Yeah, because melodrama.
I'm an Ultima werewolf. I've been hiding it.
Hi, my name is Aaron Lycan, and I'm an Ultima werewolf. Hi, Aaron. You know, the real monsters are us. Let's be real.
Yes.
From everyone.
Why?
The eyes. The Ultima werewolf can transform other humans into werewolves by one of the two methods. Untamed eyes or a bite.
I think the bite's been mentioned the first time here, actually, so I'll let that one slide.
Yeah. Yeah, the bite isn't actually elaborated on until season 5, though.
Process. So, that's why you wear that bandana?
Yeah.
It all makes sense now.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to hurt any of you. I never wanted anyone to know. Just need your help to save Ath. Please. Then I'll go.
Aaron, you're not going anywhere.
Your friend Aaron.
You're not going anywhere, Aaron, except for a way to heal for a year.
Yeah, you know something? The episode titles "Will You Be Here for Me" is at first I thought was going to be like over to the fact.
I mean, it's referring to Aphmau, but it's also referring. Yes, it's eventually going to refer to always, but it's referring to their relationship as friends, and Aphmau's relationship with him, like him being there for Aph, you know.
Well, yeah, but also but Aaron's friends being there for him as well in this.
Yeah, I know. I just said that.
You said be there for Aph, but okay.
Yeah, and him.
Okay.
And his friends being there for him.
What is this? A title from Jess that actually like fits on many layers? Anyway, Aiden, how long are you going to drag on the Abraxas story arc?
I don't know. It depends. Ooh, I don't know. Ooh.
Yeah. You have to wrap it up in a certain season until it gets.
I don't. Well, I mean, it's gonna. I mean, if I'm gonna wrap it up, I mean, it's gonna have to be wrapped up in a season finale. But like,
there's no way that you're bored of Abraxas already. Like, come on. But also, Ghosty says Derek was my own dad in a way that he was unintentionally. Oh right, you know what? I was like, don't want to read that one out on.
Yeah, yeah, but like, I mean, I feel like Derek knew it in a way, but also didn't know it because Jess thought it was. It's not. like, she knew it was wrong, but she didn't realize how wrong is the problem. Like, she realized it was wrong, but she didn't realize how wrong it and how messed up it really was.
Yeah. Ghosty, you're a very private individual, actually. Having not even ever divulged your name and barely your face to people except for me for some reason. Are you perhaps an Ultima?
Oh my gosh, Ghosty's the Ultima!
The real Ultima was like all along. It was Ghosty.
Yeah, and you would think it would be someone like Emily, but it's not, because, you know,
Yeah,
that'd be too obvious.
Well, of
That'd
course,
be too obvious.
Because she would have tried to hide it naturally. So yeah, that's why.
You're Aaron.
Yeah.
Thank you. You guys are the closest thing to family that I have.
I mean, besides your actual family, but your actual family is kind of terrible.
That's
so,
what he's saying. That's what he means. Like they're all horrible to him. And yes, I'm including Melissa until further down the line.
Melissa hasn't become a good sister until season 5. I'm sorry, she was kind of a bad sister.
Oh, Ghosty says I'm real Ultima. Confirmed. There we go.
Confirmed. Confirmed.
Take that, Xavier.
Call the Guardian Forces. Call the Guardian Forces.
Take that, Xavier. I did your job for you.
You have ears and a tail.
I have them.
I see.
Alright,
Why
enough
is that
babble.
nice?
Now, we need to go kick Ian's butt and save off Mal.
And Zane. I was about to say that. And Zane.
Of course,
Don't
yeah.
forget about Zane. He's also enslaved right now, but don't mind that.
Don't forget my Zane!
Right. Let's go.
Aaron!
And that was
I'm fine. It's just a scratch.
I'm so sorry.
I'm pretty sure a bone snapped. That's not a scratch.
Alright, Aaron. There's nothing I can use to heal you either.
I don't need it.
You need it!
I
You
don't
need it.
believe you, Lucinda. I don't believe there's no healing potions in here. Like, come
Cover.
Like, come on.
We need to head out. Let's go.
I'm gonna get a few supplies from here that can come in.
Okay.
Aren't I amazing?
Ain't I a stinker?
Oh my gosh, you're a little stinker like Drew. Goodness, fan base.
I meant more like Bugs Bunny, but yes. Oh, but if it isn't Aaron, it seems that someone took a wrong turn in Albuquerque.
Can you believe that I was the one who ended the Ultima werewolf?
You did a wonderful.
Okay, hang on. Antagonists don't last for a bunch of seasons, they last for 2 or 3 seasons.
I mean, they could last for a whole show, you know, and, like, that actually does happen with some shows, like Avatar's example of one, Avatar: Last Airbender.
Yes.
Like, the Fire Lord was the villain for 3 seasons.
Yeah,
so.
60 episodes, Fire Lord Ozai. They say over 100 episodes, Xana in Code Lyoko. There's plenty of examples of that.
Yeah, no, and, like, it is pretty, like, some antagonists last whole show.
Yeah.
Never saw it coming.
And it was so well executed! Now, to see the look on his cold, dead face. Oh, how I... Huh? There is...
Get ready for what I think is the best scream in the whole show. But we'll see in a second. I think it's this episode.
No way! How did he survive? You!
Oh, Ian can be redeemed, guys! Ian is secretly good deep down! Yeah. Oh, poor Ian! Oh, we love it when he hits women! Mind-controlled women, nonetheless, so, you know...
He has enslaved himself, yeah.
Yeah, like, what, like... Okay, this is one of the many scenes that I really don't think, like, this really proves how bad Ian is. Again,
you know, honestly,
good antagonist, terrible protagonist.
Yeah, you know, we should just loop that and make it into a GIF so people understand to everyone who ever tries to defend Ian.
Yeah, just like, yes.
Just spam that.
Yes, It just again, people who talk about Ian like he's so good, it just reminds me of people who are like, oh, this serial killer, I could change them. I could change a serial killer. Like, God.
Yeah.
And Ian becomes technically a serial killer. I mean, he at least killed Aaron once, technically, and he also killed Athmel. So he is technically a serial killer, or at least a murderer multiple times over. It's just like
Yeah.
and serial abuser. So he like abused his wolf pack and Athmel and manipulated people at the school. So
Yeah.
So again, this one's many times I'm like, how can Maya think that Felix is as bad as is worse than Ian? I don't know. It's one of those things that are just
let's ask her herself because she's here now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Maya, how? I don't understand. Like, I mean, not that. Like, I'm not saying Felix is good, but like objectively, Ian is pretty bad. I mean,
Okay. Question also. A couple things from Josh and Ghosty. Is Thanos going to return in season 2? I voice him and I completely forgot if he actually shows up or not.
you'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll both see. I don't remember. Anyway, I've recorded a lot of line of season 2 already, actually, so chances are he might have already shown up and I just didn't remember recording for him. Anyway, Ghosty says, ignore Zane. Zane doesn't matter. He's been a punching bag via the whole series. The fact that he was introduced to be enslaved is so bad, it's oddly runny. What do you mean it's introduced to be enslaved? Like, again, people think that everything ties to Emerald's secret so much. Like, it's not the epicenter. This wasn't, like, the reason that Zane was here, just to be captured by Ian. Like, that was
I think they're talking about the epicenter of the season to be enslaved.
So he was introduced, even though he already existed.
Well, I mean, no, I think, introduced as a part of the season.
Okay.
For that reason in the story, and that's what I think Ghosty's getting at.
Sure. Okay then.
And also a majority of characters in season 2 are important.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ghosty goes to know the season, so yeah.
Okay. All right. Interesting. You're actually like critiquing the season more versus.
Well, the thing about Zane is there's nothing wrong with that. It's just his enslavement brought a story arc, but like it took to the end of the season for his storyline to really be fully fleshed out, or the brother relationship be forever changed.
That's because it took 12 episodes for them to do anything. That's the problem.
I mean, they were doing stuff. They're just doing stuff at a slower rate than it should have been. Like, it should have been cut down to like a 5-episode storyline.
Can you imagine 5? Like, Emerald's Secret was only 5 episodes. That's the whole season.
No, I mean 5 episodes to be those 12 episodes become 5 episodes, 5 or 6 episodes.
Oh, okay, that's what you meant. Okay, fair enough. I was about to say, because imagine if we had season 3.5 with no labeling, and we only had 5 season 4 episodes. That would be that'd be like the biggest middle.
Anyway, so yes, as we know, Ian hitting Athmau proves that Ian can be somehow redeemed, and Ian is not that bad of a person, and something. Excuse.
He's just a big old soft uwu boy and nothing more.
Exactly.
You failed me!
I'm sorry.
Lucinda isn't answering her calling! What?
There it is!
Dang,
There it is!
I won't let you take her!
I just watched the episode today where Goku turned Super Saiyan in Dragon Ball Z, and this is more intimidating to me.
Come here and face me!
Okay, that wasn't intimidating, that face wasn't, but everything else. Oh god! Speaking of unrequited love, Appa's in love with Zane in Minecraft. Of course she is.
Oh god, of course.
Yeah.
Kill me.
Hold on,
now. Oh god.
People see that on screen? Yeah, they can. They can.
And yes, this is a good episode. It really sets up episode 16, which is the big finale.
Yeah.
Or not the big finale, or like the big climactic fight. Wait, the big climactic fight is. Oh, I can't do your rap. You know what? Something your rap. Yeah.
But, oh, you mean okay? Well, you want to like do a rhyme? Okay.
No, I mean like I'm pretty sure there's a line where it's like this is the big climactic fight.
Oh,
I'm not talking about Shatter Irene. I'm talking Aaron and Ian.
Yeah.
That's the
This
line.
is the climactic fight. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I don't mean Shatter, Irene. I speak of Aaron and Ian, but one the other despised by every fiber of being. One is sickened and man, the other desperate for healing, etc., etc. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, Mrs. Dysart, yes, Mrs. Dysart knows Alana has magic. And also, she doesn't technically have powers. She has magic, which equivalents to powers in a way, but it really isn't. It's like saying Willow technically has powers, even though she just uses magic.
Is that not what you mean by powers? Like, use people say magical powers, and they mean that. Like, you don't have to be born with them, you just have to acquire them.
Yeah, but it's like, powers I normally would consider natural abilities. Like, angels naturally have powers and stuff attached to their ability. Versus, say, something like magic, which is just something that a person's using to enhance their non-abilities and give them abilities, like casting spells and stuff.
It's interesting. It's the same thing with the Force. Weirdly, I guess if you don't count midichlorians or whatever nonsense.
I mean, I think if you count midichlorians.
Yeah, I guess it would be like natural powers or something, or like greater exposure to the Force or something. But technically speaking, I'm pretty sure that anyone could learn it. I think that was the idea. That's like the whole appeal. Is like, oh yeah, you too could master the Force if you trained hard enough or something like that, and that was a big thing. I think potentially, but yeah.
And also, Josh, the only characters that canonically use magic is Helen and Alana. I mean, Helen focuses on them less because she is naturally ingrained power through her demigod side, but Alana and Helen are the only two who actually know any form of magic, which Alana technically at this point in the story knows more magic than her. Helen, because she just focuses primarily on magic, when Helen just relies mostly on her powers and doesn't focus on magic as much.
I wouldn't necessarily say she doesn't, like, she knows more magic, because Alana only just started, and Helen stole a book from the goddess of magic herself.
Yeah, but Helen also doesn't use the magic as much as she can, because in the show we never...
That doesn't mean she doesn't know it. Like, the books would have some knowledge, because canonically, Hecate then goes on to found Alpha Witch Academy, so...
True.
That's the
Wait, she's the one who founded it? Oh.
Yeah, yeah. And she appointed the trifecta as headmistresses. Yeah.
Trevor and Zach don't know magic. No one knows magic except for Helen and Alana, our two resident witches.
Oh, Pretty Plays is here now. Late time, but I came back from soccer. Well, there's your
answer. Oh, well, you missed the episode, but the episode was good.
It was, honestly. And it might be like one of the only examples of a planning episode, or like one of those ones where Apple like sets up the action in the next one that actually feels well paced and impactful. So yeah,
because actually again, most of the time it's just like the planning episode is more or less like exposition, it feels like, rather than actual building its own story, like exposition for the finale or like the climactic fight, So yeah.
Yeah, something.
But
people praise this season a lot. We've talked about this before. I'm not gonna hold this.
Jacob, you cut out. Hello. I don't think we'd hear you right now. Because like the last thing I heard was people praise this season a lot. And that's it. Hello?
Hold on. Okay, anything?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
And what you were saying?
I was saying people praise the series a lot. And, like that's, I'm not here to, like, refute that for this point. But basically, Season 6... Jess ended up getting so stressed about like the visuals and all the animations and stuff that she was actually trying to do for everything, and it's no argument that despite the flaws of the season and how much it seems like sometimes they just really weren't paying attention, Aphmau herself is a huge perfectionist, and I think maybe like the stand of Emerald's Secrets actually that actually like made her think, oh, well, I need to actually top this. I need to make this like even greater. And in some aspects that might be true, but I think that considering how Emerald's Secret actually hooked people in just through good performances and through
The drama. And more. Jacob, did you hit your mic again? Uh, yeah, Jacob, can you know what you're saying? Again. Anyways, I'm gonna read the chat here. Jacob needs to get himself a new mic. He's been having issues with all three of his mics, so you know. Maybe something we have to resolve later. So that's fun. Anyways. I just said that, Ghosty. It looked incredible. Yeah, that was an amazing beginning of the stream. He said at the beginning of the stream, the first time this happened, he's gone. Yeah. I just see Jacob's face cam because I'm looking at the stream. It's just like... Jacob is so defeated. Sam makes the same amount as Key. Mrs. Dysart appears like in 9 of the 12 episodes, so she appears a lot this season. I don't know. Maybe a wire's loose. Hello? I heard a tap.
Oh, you hear a tap? Okay.
Well, oh, yeah! Hey!
I touched nothing that time. It just came back.
Ayo.
Alright, anyway. Yes, I'll take over the chat reading then. I rewatched it after you end the stream. I love the ending of this episode from what I remembered. Yeah, me too, actually. Especially Ian's face, but also Aaron's scream. As I would say, Jessica is a perfectionist. One of her MC remake animation was cut off. Oh, we mean like they made a whole thing and then she was like, no, this doesn't actually work. Honestly, I respect that, because that takes some that takes some courage to actually do. That takes guts to say, oh, you put your effort into this. Well, I mean, you're gonna get your paycheck, but it's not gonna appear because it doesn't fit the story. You know what? I respect that. But yeah, for quality, because of posting timing for the fans, it kind of sucks the quality was pushed back for that. Yeah. So what I was saying was that yeah, I guess with Emerald's Secret, like it captivated people anyway, and you don't need entirely fancy visuals all the time. Like, I will say my favorite part of it, of course, is the animation fight. That's why I had a whole song about it. But
well, yeah, but like this whole series was building up to that fight, or like this whole season was that inherent build up to that one fight.
Well, yes, but remember that season 6 was supposed to have a lot more animation, and because of people dropping out and stuff, that was
yeah.
what was pushed.
Honestly, I'm kind of happy with the amount of animation there was in season 6. Like, there was like, for what I've seen, a compilation of it, there's only 40 minutes of animation. But I feel like as long as you animate the most important parts, that's all that really matters. Like, animate the scenes that need to be animated and do stuff like that. Which is something I want to do for Fallen Angels if I actually get a proper gotcha animator to actually animate some stuff. Because I would love to have like certain big moments in like episode 6 of season 2, or like, I don't know, something like that, be properly animated just to enhance the drama of the scene and stuff like that, you know? Or the finale. Like, I just really want, like, it's one of those things. It would be nice. Alright, Josh asked, how many appearances does Adam, Zach, Harvey, Helen, Aluna, Alana, and Harvey... I said all their names. There's a lot of names. Basically, Adam, Helen, Alana, and Zach are in every episode, and Trevor, Luna, and Zach, Trevor, and Luna, and Harvey are, like, not in every episode, but they're in a majority of them.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob,
yeah.
Are you there?
Yeah, I am.
Hi there.
Yeah. What is this, an interrogation? Yeah, I know, right? And yes, you're right, makes them stand out.
Jacob? I can tween... Makes them stand out more and seems more Jacob, if you're speaking, I can't hear you. Anyways, what is this interrogation? I can tween with gotcha. I did it for one of my videos in an upcoming one, but I'm not in for work right now. Yeah, that makes sense, you know. Jacob? Don't tell me you're dead again.
Ghosty says custom poses. I don't know.
Oh, there.
Yeah, Ghosty says I like making custom poses. That helps too. Okay,
Yeah,
before there's
that
any-
also helped. Yeah.
Yeah, before there's any more issues, I'm just gonna check the next stream. We've given our thoughts. We've done what we need to do.
Yeah, Ghosty, if you would be up for doing any animation or custom poses for characters, that'd be cool, and I would appreciate that, but if you're not up for that, that's also fine. So, yeah.
It all depends, because some of the gotcha poses are mismatched as well from what you're selecting on screen. Anyways, next Emerald Secret episode is actually a while away. It's in a week's time, or 8 days time actually, May the 7th.
Well, that makes sense because they're probably working on the fight.
More than that. It's more than a week's time. Yeah.
They're probably working on the fight during that time period.
Well, yeah, but also Phoenix Job High has more episodes to catch up on, which actually is what we'll be watching next, because next episode Phoenix Job High actually is a change of heart.
Oh God, I know what the episode leads to, and I don't know.
Yeah, it has a thumbnail with Aphmau and Kai in it as well. It's like, ooh boy, okay. So yeah, I guess we'll be seeing that on the 29th. So in 2 days' time, once again, same time, same place, unless there's delays, 5 years later.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna answer a question real quick from Josh.
Okay.
I don't have a release date for Not Your Typical Fairy Tale purely because I'm still working on it, and I'm still working on the class scene, which is like 4 minutes long, so, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, Ghosty, as far as like saying buying a new mic, I'd rather try and buy new wires. I think that might be more of the issue.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, ready to get your hopes crushed. Wow, alright. Oh yeah, officially out for that episode for high school, I'm senior. What does that mean? Anyway, fine.
Meaning they're officially out of high school by the time it airs.
Okay.
Anyways.
When someone says they're officially out on an episode, it kind of makes me think that they're coming out. Oh, by the way, apparently it's Lesbian Awareness Week. I only found that out today.
Oh my gosh. Ghosty! Where are you?
Or, but it's not Lesbian Awareness, Lesbian Visibility Week? I can't remember the exact
Oh.
term. Either way.
Ghosty! You're visible! I don't know.
Either way, happy Lesbian Week, apparently. You know, wish I'd known beforehand. Could have done something about that, but either way.
What would we do for that?
I don't know. Gotcha. Something. I don't know. We'll see. Well, you know, that's the thing. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I did my thing. Episode 16 of Emerald Secret is not the next one. That's May the 7th again. That'll be when we're watching always. But yeah, before that we've got Change of Heart on 29th. Say Dust Face 5 years later, blah blah blah. Until then, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. Pray for my wires. And on that note, subscribe if you've done so already, and subscribe to Aiden as well. Until next time.